And welcome to this baconbits video. Today I want to show how powerful our policy engine is by creating a profile that will update all of the background images on Windows machines to include this extremely useful system information: boot time, host name, username, OS version, service pack, system type, and free space. In order to do this, we are using a free executable provided by Microsoft called BGInfo. Now first, let's go through and update this background image and just apply it to the basic one. And what you'll find is very quickly this will automatically reassign. There it goes. It's now reapplied all of that IT-based information and created a new image and assigned it. And this is all part of a profile that's been assigned to this machine and all the machines in this group. So let's have a look. Let's start off with the state. The state I'm using in this one is called set BGInfo background. Let's have a look. And what it does is it deals with 3 files and copies them over, and then runs an executable. Actually, it runs a PowerShell, and that PowerShell calls the executable, and then it creates a scheduled task to update this information on a regular basis. But what's interesting about this particular profile, and I'm very excited to show this to you, is this will also run for the current logged in user. Now this is one of those kind of holy grail moments in like a great policy engine where you're trying to get who's logged in, and you're trying to do it in a way without needing to know their password beforehand so that you can do administrative tasks. And we have this simple one line of Jinja that goes into the state file right at the top, and I'll break it down for you. So you always know it's Jinja because it starts with this curly bracket percent and closes with that. And Jinja is just a type of rendering variables and text markup used inside of these states. What this one says is set a variable called current user, and let's get the result of a command run, meaning let's run a command on that computer and collect the result right here to current user. The command we're going to run is PowerShell.exe. We're going to run this command: get WMI object, class name, Win32 computer system pipe, select username, .username. Boom. And that's how we're getting the current logged in user. And we're assigning that value to current user or cur user. Next thing we're going to do is assign a path. In your state, you can modify this path to be anywhere you want. For our demonstration purposes, we are making it right at the root C/BGInfo. And we're saving that to BGInfo path. And we are, if you have a look, our first state is a file.managed. Second state, file.managed. Third state, file.managed. What that means is we're copying over a file from our repository and we're copying right over to the computer and naming it BGInfo64.exe. Now this little bit of gobbledygook is something that you'll have to change in your environment. And let's go over to repository and files, and let's also look for BGInfo64 contains BGInfo Here, BGInfo64.exe. In order to get that string UID for the file, come over to the right, Actions, copy link, and in the state, that's what you would put in right here. You'll also need a config.bgi and a PowerShell script as well. All of these files are available on our public repo called baconbits examples, and you'll find these files inside the folder set background with BGInfo. You'll notice that we are not including the exe. You can get it right here from this, directly from Microsoft Windows. That's how you know that we're not sneaking in viruses and malware. Get the exe directly from Microsoft. Otherwise, all of the files are right here. And you can see what's in them, and you can modify them based on your environment's requirements. What we have here in our state is replace user ID, but that's also references the only PowerShell script inside of this repo, and that'd be the BGInfo script.ps1. So remember, replace user ID is also the BGInfo script ps1. After it copies down these three files from your particular repo, after you've modified the source to make sure that the UIDs match your files, again, don't leave this as is, make sure you update these to match yours. The next thing it does is runs the script, and that would be BGInfo path, which if you look up here is a shortcut for C/BGInfo/replace user ID. So it's going to run that PowerShell script, and it will run like this. It'll add a path to include the XML and a user input for the current user comes from right up here. This is how you know this runs on the current user. And then the last thing it does is creates the scheduled task and runs that way. One last look. Oh yeah, after you make the state, you then make a profile, and as you would any other profile, deploy it to any group that you're looking for. Perfect. And that's how you run BGInfo in Bacon Policy Engine using profiles and states to add IT information to the current logged on user's background. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.